There you go. This session is being recorded for later reference, so you can always come to our SharePoint page and check out this session. I will be uploading it in a few days. All right. Before we go on further, ladies and gentlemen, though some of you are regulars of Club Excel, some of you, I believe, are new. On your toolbar, on your Zoom toolbar, there'll be an option of raising hands. If you could please use that option and raise your hand and keep it raised. Thank you very much. I'll wait for a few more. Thank you. Yep, keep it raised, keep it raised. Don't put it down. I want to see everybody's hand raised. There's still a few left. Thank you. Now, this is one way that I interact with you. So I ask you questions and I ask you if everybody's okay to move on. And this is how I get your reaction. So Aaron, Alameen, David, I'm waiting for you to raise your hands. Use your toolbar there is a raise hand option. Please click on it and keep it raised. Thank you. Right. So most of you have done it. I will lower your hands now. I have the option of loading it myself, so don't worry about it, okay? All right, let's get started. I have a few questions before I go on forward. How many of you are working from home? Raise your hand, please. Oh, that many. Wow, okay. Now, question number two, I've lowered your hands. Question number two, how many of you are working on a single screen? So why I'm asking you that is it really helps me plan the session better. So I go slower for those who are using single screen. So about 30% people are using single screen. Thank you. Question number three, how many of you have a rough bit of idea about the foundations of Excel and VLookup? Just the basic beginner's idea. Okay. That's quite a lot of people. Thank you. And how many of you have a sort of an intermediate to an advanced level idea and are here for just XLookup? Not bad, not bad. 15% people are here for the XLookup. You will not be disappointed, I am sure. Right, so let's get forward. Let's go forward. This is an intermediate. You require intermediate understanding of formatting, tables, and filters. If not, I would recommend you go back to our session number 1 last year sitting on our SharePoint page, and you can check it out there. Let's start our session, our VLookup. We will start with VLookup, we'll go on to HLookup, and then finally we will look at XLookup, the much awaited one, the brand new XLookup function. So just to be absolutely clear, I'm gonna look, I have to apologize to the advanced and the intermediate learners. Look, everybody is on this session, so please bear with me. I'm just gonna tell you a story and take you through some of the basics. I know you all know this, but please bear with me. And we're all gonna come on to the intermediate level of XLookup, but please bear with me, okay? Here we go. What is VLookup? VLookup is basically when you have a lot of data, and then you have a certain requirement that among that data, you have these fields, so these orange fields, and you need to find out their subsequent data entries. So let's say if this one is this one, and you need to find this one, so which one is this? So the B is what we need, and A is what we need it from. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a simple story, and we're going to do it like this and hope you like it. All right, so this is a puppy. His name is Oreo, and unfortunately he's lost. And this is the kid whose Oreo, whose puppy it is. All right. So is everybody ready to help out this kid to find Oreo? Raise your hand, please. Come on, raise your hand. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. Let's go forward. Let's find Oreo, right? So how do we find Oreo? It's very, very simple. We need Oreo's photograph. We need the suburb in which Oreo was lost. We need to make sure that Oreo was lost on the first street of that suburb. That's something that we need to just make sure. And there will be different streets, and we need to return Oreo if found on this street. Okay, I'll explain to you. Don't worry about it. Hear me out. This is a story we're going to go through. So what is VLookup? VLookup requires three things. It requires the picture, the photograph of Oreo. It requires the suburb that you're going to look that photograph, take that photograph and search the puppy. And then you are going to understand which street you're going to return the puppy at. And keeping it in mind that the first street is where Oreo is lost. Is that clear? Everybody happy? Everybody with me on this story? Please raise your hand. Everybody's ready to find Oreo? Okay, all right, thank you very much. Let's go. Here we go. So we're gonna put this in the formula, yeah? So what is VLookup formula? VLookup formula looks something like this in easy terms. Oreo's photograph. So you write equals to sign because it's equal to is how we start the formula. We put VLookup, bracket open, Oreo's photograph, comma, find the suburb in which Oreo was lost, the whole suburb, comma, return street number. So return street number would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5. And then give me a 0 as well. A 0 is if you don't find them, don't do anything. Okay, so that is basically VLookup formula. I couldn't have simplified more than this. Is everybody with me? Is everybody okay with this analogy? All right. Okay, let's go forward. So let's dig a little deeper. In actual VLookup, you are going to see this formula. VLookup, lookup table, lookup value, table array, column index number, range lookup. Okay, all of these are very confusing. I understand that, so we don't really look at this. All we do is we look it up in this manner. So we look up Oreo's photograph, who you want to find, suburb where you want to find him, and return street number. What do you want? When do you want to? Where do you want to return it? And then just put a 0 in front of it to get the exact number. All right. There are two rules to it. The puppy is always lost on street number 1. I've already explained to you. Let me go back. Always street number 1 is where the puppy's name, puppy will be found. Okay. So puppy is always found on Oreo is always found on street number 1. And second is the suburb boundary has to be fixed, which I'll take you through once we do the examples. So everybody, could you please open up your example 10 file, which has been emailed to you. If you have already opened it, please raise your hand so I can see that, and I would know that how many of you are with me. Please keep your hands raised. I will put your hands down myself. Okay, I'll wait for a few more. Please keep it opened. This is the example file. I'll just bring it onto the screen. There we go. This is the example file. Most of you are ready. Here we go. So I'm lowering your hands. Now, everybody, please come on to sheet number A. So here we have a very simple simple data. We have January to November. We have sale numbers. Now, this is a VLookup that we need to find these 3 months and their sale numbers. Okay, so it's going to be very easy. I'm just going to zoom in so everybody goes along with me. First is equals to sign. VLookup is the formula, bracket open. This is how our formula starts off. Now, Oreo's photo. What do we want to find? We want to find February. So we've selected that. Then we put a comma. Okay, where do we want to find it? We want to find it here, but we select the entire suburb. So this is the entire suburb and the puppy was lost here. So the whole suburb. Then we put a comma. Which street do we return it in? So we would want to return here. We want the sale number, yeah? So when we want the sale number, what is it? This is, sorry. When we want the sale number, this is 1, this is 2. So our return number, street number is 2. And then we put a 0, comma 0, bracket closed, enter, and voila. We have February 11,694, February 11,694. Everybody okay with that up until now? Okay, we will do quite a few examples, and again, I apologize. Intermediate ones, just think of this as a refresher. Please bear with me. We're going to go further and we're going to look at all the other stuff as well. Now, remember rule number 2, I said we need to lock the suburb. All right, now check this out. If I drag this formula down, it gives me perfectly. It gives me November 25,249. It gives me June 65,152, which is perfect. But for example, I was searching for January. It gives me an error. Why does it give me an error? And this is a very frequent thing that we miss out on, especially if we don't use VLookup very often, is because we did not lock the suburb. What happened here? When we look at here, this is highlighted in red because this is selected. Right? Now we go into the second one. See what happened? It just went further down. The suburb went a little down. It missed out January. So what do we do? In the first time we put in the formula, we put a dollar sign before these, before B and before 3, before C and before 13. So what it does is B3 and B13 is locked. C13 is locked. So B3 to C13 is locked. It will never change. That's why we put a dollar sign in it. Okay, and we press enter. Now if we drag this good formula across, everything is good because our suburb is locked every time. Everybody good with it? Please raise your hand and I would know that we can move forward. All right. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's go forward. We're going to go take the lower exam, the same example on this, on same sheet. We're going to stick there. And we're going to do this one. Now this one has, the data has 1, 2, and 3. Let me just put it here. 1, 2, and 3 streets. The Oreo's photo is this. Oreo will be lost here. This will be the suburb. We are going to lock the suburb with a dollar sign. And we have to find the margin, which is street number 2, and sale, which is street number 3. So very, very easy, is equal to VLookup. Bracket open, we need to find February, comma, we need to find it here. Please make sure you don't select the headings, just select the data. We selected this, and please put a dollar sign before B20, before D, and 30. So it has locked everything in. And then we go into comma. Now, what did we want here? We wanted margin, which is street number 2. So we put a 2, comma 0 always, bracket closed, and we have a 643. Let's check it. February 643, February 643. All right, we can easily come at the corner of the cell, plus sign, click and drag, and there you have it. The VLookup is sorted. Everything is same because you have locked the suburb. The suburb is fixed. Okay, now we do the same here, is equal to VLookup. Now remember, this is sale, so this is street number 3. So VLookup, bracket open, we need to find February. Where do we need to find it? In here. And we need to lock this suburb. Okay, I know it's a long process to lock it, but I'll show you the shortcut later. Then we go comma. Where do we want to return it? In 3. We put a 3, comma 0, bracket closed, done. 11694, 11694. We drag it, we check with September 55, 55. There you go. We change it to January, we get the January number. We change it to November, we get the November number. Okay, so now do not raise your hand only if you did not get it. Okay, okay, very few people. Don't worry, we're going to do more examples, so stay with me. Right, let's go back. Let's go to B, exercise B. Oh no, sorry, B is HLookup. So let's just go back to our slides. I will go back. So we decided to look up. Let me go back a little bit more. So this was the formula. We wanted to find, this was our data, the February, March, April, May, June, July, November. This was the margin and the sale. So we had to find this, so whatever this was, so February, this was February, find it in here and then give me an answer here. So return an answer here. Okay, so just to make it shorter, VLookup is the first value you put is the one you are finding. Okay, so first value is the one you're finding, second value is the whole area where you're finding it in, but make sure that it is on the left side. So again, just to give you a brief overview, we need to find February. In this formula, we need to find February's margin. February, we look for February here. It is on the left side, but we take the whole suburb. So we take the whole range, and this is our second bit. Okay. So our second bit is the whole array. Return street number is what we want back from the lookup. So if you find February here, if you find February, then give me the second street, whatever is in front of this in February. So that's why we put a 2 here. Okay, this 2, and then we put a 0. All right. So I can do a separate session for the ones who still do not understand, and there will be this video again available for you. So don't worry about it. But in the benefit of time, we're going to move forward. Okay. Right. So, but is everybody, the rest of you, are you all okay to move forward? Brilliant. Thank you very much. Let's go forward. Let's talk about HLookup. Okay. HLookup is a very similar function. Basically, the difference is not too much. The only difference, let me explain it to you. VLookup works with vertical data. So this is vertical. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, January, February, March. And then you have this, you need to find what is in front of it here. HLookup is horizontal lookup. So horizontal would be January, February, March, like this. And you have some data underneath it. So you need to find the data in front of it from here. So let's go back to our example. Let's open up sheet number B. Everybody, if you've opened it up, please raise your hand so I know and I can take you along with me. Okay, awesome. Let's get started. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So this is my data. January, February, March is my row. The sales data is below. So as you can see, this is a horizontal data. Okay. Just a quick question. How many of you get confused with horizontal and vertical, as in the English words horizontal and vertical? How many of you get confused? Please raise your hand. Okay, not many. It's just me. Right. So this is the horizon. So horizontal. Right. Let's go back. So we're going to put a formula here. We need to find sales. So how do we do it? We go equals to sign. We say HLookup. It doesn't matter if it's small or capital. It will work either ways. Bracket open. Our function is starting. We need to find February, comma. We need to find it in this entire suburb. And we need to lock our suburb, lock it. So lock it before the alphabet and lock it before the number. Lock it before the alphabet, lock it before the number. Comma, we need to bring, sorry, I put the wrong comma. Comma, after this, we need to bring the street number 1, street number 2. We need to bring street number 2's answer, 2, comma, 0, bracket close, and that's it. And we can drag it right here. And this is your answer. So June will have 65,152, 65,152. That's it. As simple as that. Let's move forward. Let's do a bigger example. This has 3 streets. Street number 1, street number 2, street number 3. Remember, street number 1 is what is going to have the photograph. Okay. Let's start with margin equals to HLookup. Bracket open, do not click anywhere. If you have, press escape, come back, redo the whole process. HLookup, bracket open, we select February because this is what we want to find, comma, where do we want to find it? The whole database. Do not select the headings, the whole database. And then we lock the database before the alphabet, before the number, comma. So I just put a $, which is shift 4 on my keyboard. Okay, so comma, and then we want street number 2 because this is a margin, so we put 2 and 0, bracket closed, done. We can drag it this way. Okay, we're going to put another formula, HLookup. So this is street number 3. Remember, bracket open, we want to find February. Where do we want to find it? In this whole thing with the street where the puppy's lost is in the top one. VLookup has the left one, this one has the topmost one. And we fix our suburb, and then we say 3 because this is the 3rd street we want our answer, 0, and that's it, done, easy. And we drag it forward. Everybody happy? Everybody good with this? Please raise your hand. Yep, I want to see at least 75, 80%. Give me a 90% even. Come on, few more. All right, we've hit 80. Okay, thank you. Let's go forward. Those of you again who have not understood this, don't worry. I can set up a separate session with you, and these videos will be available to watch it again. Okay. All right, let's go forward. We are now going to move into our another thing. Just to tell you the basics, in VLookup, the puppy is lost here, so this will be the first picture that we are looking at. This January, February in our example is going to be here. It should be here, otherwise you will not get the result. And in HLookup, so the puppy is lost here, you return it here. This is the entire suburb. The puppy is always lost in the first row in HLookup. Okay, in VLookup it is lost in the first column. In HLookup it is lost in the first row. So whatever you're finding should be in the first row. Okay, all right, let's go forward. We are now going into Hex Lookup. Now, how many of you know what Hex Lookup is? Okay, Simon, Angela, okay, David. All right, quite a few of you. All right, good, which is great, awesome. So let's go back to our analogy. Now, XLookup is something which makes our life super easy. We don't have to remember which one is the first line that the puppy was lost in. We don't have to log the suburb. We don't have to do anything at all. It all is streamlined, okay? And this has been launched fairly recently. So it's a very new function of our Microsoft Excel, only launched in 365 version, which you all must be having because it's been sourced by our Motion Industries group, okay? So here we go. Remember this is VLookup. This was the whole scenario that we did. Now we don't need anything here. No rule applies, no rule applies. All we need is we need to fix the lost street and the return street. Don't worry, we'll try it out and we will see this. Now, in our analogy, we don't need the suburb, we don't need anything at all. We just need to know, find where and return where. That is it. I have a question. Yeah, okay. So yeah, find here and return here. These are the two things that you need in XLookup. It's a beautiful function. It saves you all the time and hassle and everything else. All right. But before we do that, we're going to do a longer version of VLookup. Please come to C, sheet number C, everybody. This is a bigger data. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 columns. We're going to do a VLookup very, very quickly. We're going to do a VLookup. Let's start off with this one because this one is easy. Yeah. So in fact, let's start with this one. So sales is which column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. And Peter, Vanessa are going to be the names. So the names are here. So our names have to be on the leftmost side of the suburb. So let's start off with VLookup. Let me just zoom in so everybody can see me, see what I'm typing. Here we go. Okay, so we put an equals to VLookup, bracket open. We want to find Peter, comma, in this whole suburb. I'm ensuring Peter will be here all the time. We will lock our suburb, comma. We want sales, so sales is 5. So 5, comma 0, that's it, bracket close, we got our answer. So Peter here, 38601, 38601, we can drag it easy as, everybody is happy. We got our results in a GIF. Let's do this one quickly. Company and sales. So company is 4, sales is 5. We will just do the company equals to VLookup, bracket open. We will look up Peter, comma. We will look up Peter here and the suburb. We will lock the suburb. By the way, the shortcut is F4. So if you click here and you press F4 on your keyboard, that is the shortcut to bring the dollar signs. So shortcut is F4. Okay. Some of you might have to do function F4. It depends on your keyboard, but F4, comma, and then company is number 4. So we put 4 dot comma 0, bracket closed, and there you go. The company is Seiko, and we drag it. We got all the answers right here. If we change the name to Boy, here you go, changed. If we change this to Neil, Neil, changed, we have our answer. We can do the same here. Okay, we are now going to try one more thing. Okay, now this is important because remember I keep telling you that in VLookup it has to be the leftmost side. Now our photograph is not the leftmost side, so it starts from here. So our suburb is going to be locked. This is going to be our suburb. This is not going to be our suburb because the employee numbers are here. Okay, let's start off. We want to find the company. So now the numbers change on the top because this is our number 1. This becomes 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so our company is going to be 3. Let's start off equals VLookup, bracket open. We are going to look up employee number, the first one, comma. We are going to select this. Remember, we are keeping our employee numbers on the leftmost side. We are not including this one. Okay, comma. And this is why XLookup is going to be so amazing because you are going to love it. So we're going to do F4, F4, make our life easy, comma. We're going to do 3 for company, 0, bracket closed. So 3 is the 1, 2, 3, third one. And we got the answer. I'm going to drag it, easy, easy. Everybody happy with it? Please raise your hand and we can move forward. Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go forward. Let's go on to our most awaited one, which is the XLookup. So now let's do a little bit of scenario. So XLookup is basically find here, return here. Now the beauty of XLookup is that you can also find here, return here, find here, return here. It does not matter where you are finding and where you're returning because XLookup is so amazing. All it does is just finds it wherever and returns it wherever you have selected it to return. Let's go and see it in our example file. So in our scenario, it's going to be Oreo's photo, find here and return here. That is it. You don't need anything else. You don't need the 0. Well, you do, but you don't necessarily need it. And you don't need the suburb. You don't need to lock the suburb and yada yada. Let's go and see our example. Please go in your sheet and open up sheet number E. Let's do E. Okay, so we're going to do XLookup in sheet number E. Everybody with me, please raise your hand. I will go forward. Perfect, thank you. That's a great response. Thank you so much. All right, let's move forward. Right, so this is our data. I'm looking for the names. So the names are here, so lost here. And I'm looking for sales, so find here. That's it. I don't need to remember the street numbers. I don't need to do anything at all. All we do is equals XLookup, bracket open. I want to find Peter and I want to find Peter here and comma, and I want the answer from here. That is it. Bracket closed, enter. You got your answer. So what do we do? We said, I want to look for, I'll do it again. I want to look for Peter. So H4, because it's zoomed in. I think that's why it's not showing, but here we go. Let me try it again. Yep. So I'll do this formula here because it's for some reason it's blocking my view. XLookup, bracket open. I want to find Peter. Where do I want to find Peter? I want to find Peter here. And now I will just lock this. This is important. Okay. I lock this, comma. And where do I want to find the answer? I want to find this answer here. I don't need to remember the street number. I just want it here. And I will lock this as well, F4. And I will close the bracket, and that's it. So if I drag this formula down, I have all of my answers. Okay, but I did not put a $sign here, so it's not going to give me the right answers. Let me just put it and put my $signs on all of them. That's it. So I fix everything. I can drag it now, easy. It's gotten the right answers for me. I can even check. I can change this to Ian. That's 35,000. Let's check. Where is Ian? Ian is 35,000. Easy as. Okay, everybody good with this? Please raise your hand. It's a very, very simplified version of VLookup. It saves you a lot of time and hassle and things to remember, and it has to be on the left side, it has to be on the top, and all of that goes out of the picture. You don't have to select the whole data. You don't have to do anything at all. I have a question. Yep, Luis loves XLookup. Thank you, Luis. We're going to do few more examples. Okay, let's do this. So I want to find Peter and I want to find company. Let me see. XLookup, bracket open. I want to find Peter. Where do I want to find him? I want to find him here. I want to fix this, F4, comma. What do I want in return? I want the company. F4 fixed, comma, that bracket will close. That's it. That's it. That's all you want. So I can drag this now down. My answers is here. Vanessa is working for Hardy Spicer. Vanessa is working for Hardy Spicer. I want sales again equals XLookup, bracket open. I want to find Peter, comma. I want to find him here. Fix it, comma. I want sales. Fix it, bracket closed, done. Answer, easy peasy, 2-minute job. Okay. No, it does not. So Mark has asked a question. Does the answer has to be on the left? Okay, that's a good point. So let me just do an example. Okay, so what we are doing is we are basically looking for names only. So Peter, Mark is asking, what if we do just we do it backwards, so we can do sales and then we can find the number. So let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to take some of the sales number. I'm going to put it here. For the example's sake, you don't have to do anything. I'm just showing it to you. Okay, I'll delete everything. So I have the sales. I want the name. Okay, so this is going to answer Mark's question. Equals XLookup. I will look this up first in sales. I will lock it, comma, and I want the name. I will lock it. Bracket closed. That's it. Jim gave me 40,443, 42, Belinda and David. Jim, Belinda and David. I can change these numbers. I can put this number here. Sitaram. That's it. So Mark, your question is answered. It can go back and forth, front and back, top and down, right and left, anywhere you want. It's X. It's an XLookup. Okay. I hope I answered your question, Mark. We are going to move forward. All right, so let's do this one. And given the Mark's question, just bear with me, please. Everybody change this, please. Let's change this to employee number. Okay, so let's change this to employee number. And just copy and paste these five numbers from the top and just paste them here. Okay. We're going to do just turn around a few things and change this into name. So employee number and change this into name. So let's do this one. equals XLookup, bracket open, I want to find this employee number, comma, I want to find it here, lock it, comma, I want the name. Once I have found it, lock it, bracket closed, there's your answer. That's it. Again, let's do this one, equals XLookup, bracket open, I want to find employee number. Where do I want to find it? I want to find it here, lock it. What do I want in return? I want the company name. Lock it, bracket closed. That's it, you got the company name. Last one, sales equals XLookup, bracket open. What do I want to find? This, just one, I want to find this. Where do I want to find it? Comma, here, comma, I want an answer here. I haven't locked it, so let me just lock both of them by pressing F4. Make sure everything is F4'd, come and bracket close. That's it. So now my question to you, how about if, okay, so we have questions about duplication. So XLookup does not work with duplications. You will have to remove duplication. So there's another step before. So what they're basically asking is if these two fields were similar. Okay, you don't have to do it, I'm just explaining it to you. If these two fields were similar, so we have 6230, 6230, the answer will come as the first one and not the other one. Okay, let me just change this to Omar. Here you go. So the answer is going to come in as the first one and not the other one. So for that, you will have to remove duplication, as make it into a table, go into data, remove duplications from here, and then you will be able to do an XLookup. So it does not look out for duplication. Jenny and Andre, I hope I have answered your question. Okay, so it does not look up duplicates. You will have to do the duplications first. Okay, let's do a bigger one, everybody together. So we have email addresses. Our email addresses are right here, and we want the company name. So now as you all know, I like to clean my headings first. So I like to first clean my headings, center them, clean my data. Clean data is everything before you go forward. It should look good so you can do better with it. I'm going to delete these or hide it so that it can come on my screen. Now I have these email addresses and I want to find this company. It could be, I have these product numbers. I want to find their market margins, anything at all. Okay, so we're going to do XLookup equals XLookup, bracket open. I want to find this email address, comma, I want to find it all the way here. So I'll select it. I want to fix it, F4, comma. What do I want in return? I want the company name. Sorry, company name. Yeah, so I'll select it, drag it all the way down. Keep holding it. Yep, I want to fix it, F4, and then I bracket closed. I close the bracket, and that's it. It got me the company name. I can double click it, bring it down. It has given me all the company names. So let's say I take Edwin's email address, I paste it here. Edwin is working for Industrial Solutions. If I take Anthony Gray, I paste it here. Anthony is working for SpecFast right here. Okay, so this is how XLookup works. You don't have to be on the left side. You don't have to be on the right side. So is everybody happy with that? Does everybody like XLookup? Yep. So Tony has given us another option. Yes, Tony, you're right. I'm not going to go there because it's going to super confuse people. So, but absolutely, you're right. Okay, you know what I mean by that. So, thank you very much. We're going to go back and do a little bit of a recap. Okay, here you go. So we have The shortcut of the month that we did, we have already used it. We did F4. So F4 is basically to lock the cells, it brings the dollar signs to lock it on the rows and the columns. Okay, so if you want to lock the column, put F dollar sign before the alphabet. If you want to lock the row, put the dollar sign before the number. Okay. All right. So we are going to close. What did we do today? We did VLookup, we did HLookup, and we did the XLookup. And our shortcut was F4 for lock cells. Now, before you leave, there is a very special. Wait, let me check. Just a moment. Yeah, there is a very special announcement that we have, and we are going to do it together. So the special announcement is Happy Birthday! It's Bernadette's birthday. Let's sing together. Happy birthday, Bernadette. The hardest working person at Chalora. Thank you very much. So just a closing announcement, all the things are, this video is going to be on your SharePoint. Just go to LND, search for learning and development on SharePoint or Club Excel, and you'll find all the videos there. They are all uploaded with their practice files, so you can all do that. Also, we have a final thing that we do before we leave, and this feedback helps us understand how we are doing and keep us on track. So if you like the session, go for it. If you think we should improve, let us know. Beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your time. And I have a few questions. All right. Yep. Okay. No, it's more thank yous than questions. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great week. And those of you who are training with me, I will see you soon. Bye-bye.